Hi there. What's up, everyone? This is Jason with E7 Forge. Bear with me. I have a monitor up. I'm just gonna, get started here. Rocking a good old cram burrito. I don't know. I like weird shit. Gonna have a few drinks and knock out some trials. I want to show you all how you can do that yourself. Um, we did a video earlier about the overall process. I'll show you just a real quick overview of that, right? You know, um, so whenever you look at these fights, like, you want to know the fight, right? But when you come to them the first time, right, there's so much information, it can be overwhelming. And what we do is we use GPT to help us build a strategy for it, to help us understand it, to help us break it down, which obviously you can read all of it in game and figure it out yourself, right? And nothing wrong with that. What we try and do is help people help themselves in ways that they might not think of, right? So, just a quick reminder, all of our decisions are made through with contextual awareness. So whenever it's picking units, it's picking from units I have available, right? And it knows that because of data we've given it. I have other videos on how you can do that yourself. So, here's where a few ways you could gather input. So the best way is to gather screenshots. Um, I'm sorry, is to take a video. Going the wrong way. Does it not go back? That's funny. It doesn't go back. It just goes forward. Um, well, fail. But yeah. So record the fight and upload the video, right? Because GPT will look at it frame by frame, and I don't know why. Whatever. It'll look at it frame by frame and get all of the information it needs for the fight, right? It's gonna take this type of information into account, right? Mechanics, your roster, what your constraints are, win conditions, and you're gonna have some back and forth with it about if you fail, because it's not like this is a perfect process. It's not going to give you an automatic win, right? It's going to help you find that victory if you're struggling. Um, so it breaks it all down, and again takes a look at your account and gives you a few different looks at groups that you could try. Um, so this is telling you kind of how the process is built, what you're going to do, and then here's how you do it, right? Test, refine, learn, execute. So give it feedback, record failed runs, upload those runs, right? And let it break it down and tell you what went wrong and give it your own feedback, right? And, um, I've given it plenty of examples, and I'll show you some in another video. Like, for example, if we go where I was at, like these two fights in particular are tricky. So, lots of back and forth with GPT on it. But this episode is for for Magnar. So for each episode, I am generating these guides. So you'll be able to download those for free. Download links will be in the episode description. That's like an FAQ. And then I'll give you a prompt that you can use to do this yourself, right? So each episode will have those as downloadable links for free from Dropbox. I'm not asking you for any money. I'm not trying to sell you a service. None of that. Just trying to help you help yourselves, guys. So on that note, always feel free to reach out to me at E7 Forge on Discord. Always ready to help anyone. So what happened with Magnar was it was the easiest one, and again, this doesn't represent like the best Magnar team. It doesn't represent my best Magnar team. It represents a team that I worked with GPT to put together to get a victory, right? Um, and I want to be clear there. It's not like it went and looked up tier lists and was like, these are the best characters for Magnar. If you don't have them, then you're screwed. No, it looked at characters I have and how they were developed and made suggestions based on that, right? So if you want to look at some numbers, um, whenever I first beat it, I think I only had uh, level 3 on Leo. But these are where my constellations are at for this fight, and completely doable with a bit less. If you want to see what we're running, you know, we got Sir Chunks a lot. He's on Ezra. I mean, look, he has a piece, a helmet that like is literally not even upgraded. So like, the gear is gonna look very weird on all of this because um, I have so many characters geared right now. Because let's take a look at something real quick. If you weren't aware, when you look at constellations and you're trying to fill those out, the amount of CP of a character makes a big difference. So notice Victorica is 37,693 and NCL is 83,294. Now that's only because I just went and put some trash gear on NCL, right? Like I didn't try and tune her or give her my best gear. Gave her enough, and see we lost this one down here. And if we put Victorica, see we don't get it back because she's not geared. So her CP is much lower than NCL, where she's kind of geared, but even geared more crappily. So if you're struggling to reach those extra points, those extra nodes, make sure your characters you're putting in here are geared, awakened, skilled, leveled as much as they can be, right? It makes a huge difference. So, yeah, like I said, Sir Chonks a lot. We got him on pursuit and speed. And honestly, I'm gonna just like in order to get the runs to succeed, we're just gonna tune them up. Because you want your characters wearing their best Sunday clothes, right? So with Sir Chunks a lot, I do get greedy with him, but will not the attack back. He doesn't actually need crit. Oh, for this fight, you know, like we just want him attacking a lot and hitting his defense down, right? So these are all fine to take from because they're not in my crew. So now he's on speed and hit, and then if we look at Looney, she's in a good spot. I have her on Ancient Sheath because of her S1 that attacks over and over and over and over. She does have her EE. And also, like, you know, where we can, we build these teams to be auto, right? I mean, it's fun to play them yourself, but also, I mean, why not auto if you can? So something to point out about Furious, he's not even plus 15, he's only plus 4. Just make sure you get that -1 cooldown on the S3. So he's not even running 2 sets. He's on the stars. But you can see the numbers we've got them at, right? And then a Momo. A Momo. So yeah, hit and health. He's studying that tomb. Yeah, decent health. Nothing major. Like excuse me, a lot of these fights are not like, gear checks, right? You can, there are some you'll see will clear with level 50 characters, right? So let's just go ahead and show you what the fire team looks like. We'll give some exciting music. And like I said, we're just going to auto it. So a few things to think about as you're doing this yourself, if you're going to do it right. Like, number one, give GPT as much input as you can. And if you watch my previous video where I went over how to kind of do this yourself, we talked about how to capture those screen grabs, because you can do it for free on Windows, you can do it for free on iOS, for free on Android, Mac, Linux. All you need is a screen recording of, and I'll show you one. Right, actually, while we're sitting here, waiting for this fight. Second. All right, so I should have brought that up. So if you look, this is me capturing the input for the Ethel fight, right? Like, literally all I'm doing is clicking through each screen, clicking through each ability. You want to freeze a little bit so that the interpreter can recognize it's a new frame and read, right? And so we did the same with the ads. And again, the boss guide, and we captured all of this stuff back here, right? So you take that file and you upload it to GPT, and it will have everything it needs to know about the fight to start helping you plan. So yeah, later on in the month, we'll see what we can do about Nightmare. Just want to get over the health hurdle first. I have like 8 constellation points to burn. Probably we'll be able to get another few off of Nightmare Magnar, because that'll be the easiest one, which will give me a 10 that I can use on a ×2 somewhere where I really need it. But oh man, I didn't know my banner was up this whole time. Funny. But I forgot where I was going with that. Anyway, so yeah, easy clear, right? Now let's take a little look at how you would do this if you wanted to do it yourself, right? Because this team, this team was again built by GPT for us based on our roster, right? So I think I started a new one. Sorry, connection's being slow. Okay, so here's where, we started a Magnar thread, right? So this is the prompt we fed it, and I've refined the prompt over the other fights, right? So the prompts that you'll be getting for free to download will be even better. But basically, I was going to be feeding it screenshots, but we don't do screenshots anymore where we can avoid it because video screen capture is where it's at. So it's like, got it, and I'll use master because that is our metadata. Send those screenshots and it said correction. I'm going to send a video. So perfect, video works. So what does that look like, right? If you're on Windows, and again, you can easily do this on other devices, but if you're on Windows and you open up the snipping tool, there's a little button on the control that opens up at the top that lets you choose video. So then you just grab the section of the screen, right, that you want a video, and rather than taking a screenshot of every single ability, every single mechanic, what you do is just be like, okay, here's this, here's this, here's this, here's this, here's this, which is the same thing as the last screen we looked at, but just for more thoroughness. Give them that. And you want to give them the boss guide. Yes, you do want to go into the boss. Give them the mechanics. And give them, where to go? Immunities? Yeah, the immunities. And then you save the video off and you upload that. So that video messed up because I'm streaming at the same time. Bear with me. I just want to show you what it looks like. So let's see if we can grab it without it disappearing on us now. So, like I said, we're just grabbing the information that GPT will need to build a strategy for us. Give it that, right? Give it this. I freaking did it again. I can't get a live capture of getting this input for you. There's some problem with me trying to stream and record the freaking input. Dang it. We're gonna try one more time. Let's see, for all the marbles. What I'm gonna do is 2 videos because it seems like it captures the first part fine and then it disappears. So, let's try that one more time. And I'm watching, you can't see the recording dialogue up top, but I can see it, and at some point it just disappears. I'm gonna watch that sucker because I want to know where it disappears. Because, yep, it just disappeared. So there's something going on with the whole combination of streaming and trying to record that. So my whole point though is if you are able to do that, then you send the video and it breaks it down. And here's what you're gonna get, right? We go back here. It was on So it's going to take that video and it's going to break it down into all of these different looks, right? And it's going to give you, you know, advice, team comps, things to try if things aren't working. I think I might have one prompt because so, like, unfortunately, I had to delete the project that I was doing all this in, so I lost my good prompts. But let me see. I can give you an example. Yeah, so I was working on Ethel, right? So here's some back and forth we had. So I was trying, basically, it's giving me a flowchart of how to interpret the fight, right? How to process it. And I was asking for flowcharts. But again, so like, you know, you're getting lots of different. This isn't just like, hey, I'm gonna go look up a team and you're gonna use it, and if you don't have the characters, then too bad, right? It's looking at a lot more, and that's the type of information you're gonna get if you go through the process of recording and uploading that input. What we're gonna do is we just cleared fire. We're going to clear ice next, and I'm gonna record the input for ice before I do the video so that I can just show you what that looks like. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here because I'm gonna do an episode per. Let me show you real quick. Like I said, you will have these to download for free in the descriptions of the fight. Of the video. So you'll get a guide, an FAQ, and a text document that has the prompt to help you get started if you've been following along with all that. So this has been Jason with E74.